Okay. All right, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Batters Orthopedic Clinic, Hutco Roofing, HutcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. All right, glad to have you with us. Got a lot of people up in arms yesterday. Went on a little AFR rant about LSU baseball. Usually good for one of those a year when LSU baseball fans prove how baseball ignorant they actually are. Most of you, anyway, are, or maybe not most of you. Some of you are, and are vocal about your ignorance. And decided to go on a little rant yesterday. Posted it on all the ESPN social medias, and it's doing what you would expect it to do. And still some of you completely missed the point, which is not surprising. The point was that while many of you continue to argue that LSU's path is not sustainable, what you continue to ignore is the fact that nobody in college baseball has elite level pitching anymore, because the game is more offensive. Hunt did a great job. If you missed his show, we'll have a clip coming. He went through the SEC ERAs, right? Not just teams in the SEC, but in SEC only games. Meaning, what has your pitching staff done? What do your numbers look like in SEC weekends? You've got 7 weekends now of a sample. So here's the point. Vandy leads the SEC in staff ERA in SEC only games, 4.57. Their ERA in SEC games is nearly 5. That's the team leading the SEC in ERA. South Carolina 4.71, Tennessee 4.73, Kentucky 4.93, Arkansas 5.22, Alabama, who just came in with third best ERA in the conference, you slugged them all the way down to a 5.40. LSU staff ERA in conference games is 6.09. Not good, I get it. Not good. But LSU is also hitting 285 in conference play. And they've scored 175 runs, which is the most. So you got the best offense. You've got Paul Skeins, which nobody else has. And you've got plenty of arms. You've got plenty of pitching depth, is the point. You've got, I know that in spots, I can trust Griffin Herring. I can trust Gavin Guidry. Javen Coleman is certainly coming. Riley Cooper has been up and down this year, but he was massive to finish out the game for you on Sunday. Thatcher Hurd has put together a couple of good outings back to back. We've seen Ty Floyd and Christian Little both get you good starts. We've seen them be inconsistent, but we've seen you get them good starts. We've seen them get you good starts. So my point is, you can hand the ball to Nate Atkinhausen. You have enough arms. You have plenty of arms. You have enough arms. You're just going to have to hit. But that's what every team is doing. Like, nobody's going to go to Omaha and win a game 3-1. It's just not going to happen. It's just not what college baseball is anymore. So if you missed Hunt yesterday, he did a really good job breaking down the numbers. But he and I were essentially saying the same thing, which is, to everyone saying this isn't sustainable, you're just dead wrong. Like, because there is literally nobody in college baseball that has what LSU fans want this pitching staff to be. It just doesn't exist. Okay, and LSU going to Southeastern. By the way, today, I would not be surprised at all if LSU loses this game today. I was thinking about it. And Musso and I were actually talking about it yesterday after the show. Like, I really don't know who they're going to throw today. because you use so many arms on Sunday, and you're obviously not going to run the risk of not having someone available to you that you need on Friday. So, I mean, I seriously don't know who they're going to throw today. Like, who's going to be available to you today? As of now, they haven't named a starting pitcher. Let's see if we can try to figure this out. Like, I mean, Nick Bronzini probably gets some work tonight. Micah Bucknam. Actually, I don't know about Bronzini. Forgive me. Bucknam is who I was thinking of, the freshman, Bucknam. Wrong B. Like, is Will Helmer still available? Dutton will probably work. Dutton may start today. Anyway, yeah, I don't know who pitches tonight. So, like, they literally may go on the road and lose this game. Would not surprise me one lick, because I literally have no idea who you're gonna. Because you're not gonna run the risk of extending anyone, tonight, that you may need on Friday. So, like, if you run through the pitchers, LSU used Little, Ackenhausen, Money, Collins, and Cooper on Sunday. So Little threw 86 pitches, he's no. Ackenhausen threw 33, Money threw 31, Collins threw 12, so I guess Collins could give you something tonight. Cooper threw 43. Hard to imagine they run him back out there. So, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know who they're going to throw tonight. Like, seriously. So you heard it, like, don't be stunned. This is going to be a big deal at Southeastern. I was actually in Hammond before the season started for the St. Thomas Aquinas first pitch banquet, and the key note speakers were Matt Reiser and Jay Johnson. So I got to sit with Matt and Jay, and they talked a lot about this game. And it's gonna be like, at that event they gave away they auctioned off like a seat in the dugout for the game, and I'm telling you, like, it's going to be an event in Hammond, America tonight. So. And I don't know who's throwing for LSU. So just keep on winning weekends. Alex DeVilliers, good morning. Damon Gilmore, good morning. Matt Plavidal, good morning. Let's see. Wish I could make it to Omaha. New job, not enough time. Been once in 2009. Good year to go. I went with my brother to watch game 2 and 3 of the ship. You picked a good one. Wendell Norman, Damon Gilmore. Matt, do you really think it's sustainable? Like, that's the other thing that's amazing to me, is that people are like, this isn't sustainable. Like, they're 35-8. They've played 43 games. They've played 7 SEC weekends. Like, how in the hell are you saying it? Or could you even possibly argue it's not sustainable when the season is more than 3/4 of the way gone? Like, what are you talking about? It's that they played 43 games. They got a dozen games left. Like, what are you talking about? It's so stupid. Oh, man. Anyway, Thomas Lamont. Morning, Matt. What is the LSU single season strikeout record? I'm assuming Skeins has a shot at it. So it's Ben McDonald in 1989. He had 202 strikeouts. That's also the SEC record, by the way. And yes, Paul Skeins will have a shot at it. Now, Ben McDonald threw 152 innings that year, I want to say. So, and Skeins right now is at 65 innings pitched. So remember, that was a weird time when, like, Ben would throw multiple times in a weekend. That just doesn't happen anymore. So Skeins is at 70. Let's see, he's at, my apologies. Here you go. Skeins is at 124, 124 strikeouts and 65 and a third innings pitched. So, let's see. He is 72 strikeouts away from tying Ben McDonald, 73 away from passing him, which means he would need 7 or 8 more starts. He'll have 3 more SEC starts, possibly an SEC tournament start, regional, super regional in Omaha, maybe 2 in Omaha. Like, they'll need to go to and through Omaha, basically, for him to be able to do it. Hang on. So he can do it. He's just, he's averaging, let's see. He's made 9. I'm sorry, Skeins has made 11 appearances with 124 strikeouts. So he's averaging right at 10 strikeouts per outing. So, or I'm sorry, right at 11 strikeouts per outing, right? Yeah. So he would need probably 7 more starts. And I don't know if you heard Jay Johnson on AFR yesterday, but Jay even mentioned, like, I asked him about Skeins' workload management, all that stuff. And even said, like, we'll see how we look when we get there, but, maybe a situation where Skeins doesn't pitch in the SC tournament. Like, you give him a week off, which would be a very good idea. If you've locked up, a national seed, and you can give Skeins a week off before regionals, okay. Devin Johnson, good morning. Truax, what's up? Jay Brabham, what's going on? David Hawes, Bubba Smith, Kelly Gross, Chuck Sanchez, what's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Been a minute, man. Good to see you there. Dad, good morning. Deborah Cowart, love the rant. Go Tiger Baseball. All right, thanks for watching. Vernell Thomas, good morning. Brant Robin, morning, Scone. 2 questions. 1, if LSU makes it to the SC tournament as a 2 or 1, when would their first game be? Also, by this point in the season, has LSU already solidified a top 8? So let me take them in reverse there, Brant. Have they solidified a top 8? No, because you could lose 3 straight weekends to finish the season. Theoretically, right? Let's say you go 3-6 the remainder of the way. That puts you at 18-11 in conference play, and that hardly makes you a lock for a national seed. So no, I don't think that they've solidified anything at this point. But the math is in your favor, right? So if you go win this series against Auburn, and then you've got Mississippi State, who's atrocious, and I don't ever say this, but you should sweep Mississippi State in Baton Rouge. They are atrocious. You should sweep that series. Yeah, and I don't ever say you should sweep. LSU should sweep Mississippi State. They are atrocious. They are the worst pitching staff in the SEC. You're the best offense in the SEC. We were talking about Mississippi State's staff ERA in conference games, right? Conference games, 9.82. If you're not familiar with what ERA is, that's your earned run average. That's per 9 innings. So basically, State's pitching staff per 9 innings is allowing just under 10 runs. LSU is going to obliterate Mississippi State. So you should sweep that series. So the math is in your favor. But have you locked it up now? No. And then if LSU makes it to the SEC tournament, they would play on, as a 1 or 2, they would play on Thursday. Right. Ryan Amanda Gidry, good morning. Tommy Primo, good morning. Jason Horn, what's up? Thanks for the baseball rant yesterday. People need to hear that. They do, but one guy, I looked at one of the comments, and one of the guys like, pitching still stinks. It's not even debatable. Like, yes, it is actually debatable. The pitching doesn't stink. The pitching is not elite. Nobody has elite pitching right now, and you have plenty enough arms to make it through and win a championship with this team, period. Like, I mean, you've already won series against 6 ranked opponents. So, yes, it's absolutely. David Tolson, good morning. Kerry Hughes, could Skeins do what Coleman did in 09 against Texas if we get there? I don't think so. I mean, Kerry, in one part of me says, look, you know, you're trying to win a national championship. You do whatever you have to do. But no. I mean, we've passed those days of college baseball where you're going to use a pitcher like that, especially a pitcher that has Skeins' future. I remember in 97 97, when LSU played Stanford, and Stanford brought Kyle Peterson out of the bullpen in an elimination game, and Peterson was there in tennis shoes. Like, he had to go put his spikes on in the bullpen. Peterson was a first-round draft pick, and LSU shelled him again. You know, it just don't happen anymore. The arm care for these guys that are these massive prospects, it's just too good. And so, no. Let's see. Sean Gasser, Matt, I didn't mean umps were being biased against LSU. Maybe they collectively tightened their zone this year. I don't know the walks numbers, but ERAs, home runs are up across the board. Sean, I'm not sure the comment. My apologies. I'm not sure what you're referring to. There's no doubt. Let me rephrase. ERAs, home runs, scoring, all that has nothing to do with the umpires. That's like, I need to go dig this. I need to go dig this sound up. We had Ben McDonald on early in the year, and and Ben made absolutely no qualms. Like, he didn't mince his words at all. He said the balls are juiced. And I'm telling you, like, I trust a guy that has spent his entire life holding and throwing a baseball, to know what he's feeling. The example that I give all the time, if y'all never saw this, was the Drew Brees example on Conan whenever Deflategate was going on. You might remember this if you saw it. If not, and I've referenced it a few times, but Deflategate was going on with Brady, whatever. Well, Brees was a guest on Conan, and Conan decided to this is on YouTube. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Conan was doing a bit, and so he pulled out several footballs and he handed them to Drew Brees and said, "Can you tell me what the PSI is on these balls?" And Brees got them all. I mean, to the point, right? Like, he knew the PSI on every football. But it's like, it makes sense when you hold a football every day and throw it like thousands of times a day, every single day. Like, you know if it feels right, if it doesn't. Like, same with the baseball. Like, if you've lowered the seams on a baseball, if you've wound a baseball more tightly, like, a pitcher knows what he's feeling. Like, so if Ben McDonald's telling me they juice the baseballs, I believe him. Like, I believe that dude knows what he's talking about. It's like in My Cousin Vinny when Marissa Tomei was given the mechanic answer. My father was a mechanic. My brothers are mechanics. Cousins are mechanics. His father was a mechanic. His father's father was a mechanic. His father's brothers were mechanics. Like, I mean, that's what it is. Like, you just know. You may not be the one in the factory winding the baseball, but you know. Craig Dugas, Scone, your transition from rant to, anyway, this is after further review, is impeccable. Mastery at work. Thank you. Brandon Hoyt, good morning. Let's see. Sean, yesterday commented on about listening to games. The announcers kept saying how pitchers were getting squeezed. Oh, that's right. Oh, got it. And I was, well, no. And then my question was, were you listening to the TV broadcast of the radio? Because my point is, we don't need to rehash it, but yes. Okay, I got you. Eric Wilderwater, good morning, Matt. Smash the like button, by the way, if you would, if you're watching live or on demand. YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe up. Facebook, please like the Matt Moscona page. Appreciate y'all for being there. Please, if you haven't done so yet, also if you're on YouTube or if you're on Facebook, if you have not done so yet, please like and follow the 1045 ESPN Facebook page, and of course all the YouTube channels as well. Subscribe up, we appreciate you very much. Big push. You'll notice if you're following, this is one of my sort of big, I don't want to say but initiatives as program director. I've always thought that, look, we do a great job of producing content. We have 11 hours of daily content. I think we do a very poor job of post-producing and making our content available. So much good stuff just dies on the vine because we don't repurpose it and put it on all the platforms that people live on every single day. So a big part of what you are going to see us doing is taking the content from our shows and repurposing it every single day across Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. So anyway, I hope sincerely that you all follow all of our social, all the 1045 ESPN social medias and engage with that content. Like it, share it, comment on it. That all helps us tremendously, and I'd appreciate it. Okay, Eric, complete with your rant. Do you think the trepidation from fans comes from Tennessee loss last year? I'd imagine their stats last year stack up similarly to ours. Yeah, Eric, I don't know where the trepidation from fans comes from. I mean, I'm not trying to be dismissive. I just don't care. I mean, every year there's good teams that lose. Every year. So, it's baseball. That was part of my rant yesterday. Like, baseball is a weird game where the biggest, strongest, fastest team doesn't always win. In football, Alabama is always going to beat UTEP. 100% of the time, Alabama is going to beat UTEP. The worst Alabama team against the best UTEP team ever, Alabama is still always going to win 100% of the time. That's not the case in baseball. You can hit a ball 400 feet and it's an out. You can hit a ball 4 feet and get to second base. It's just a weird game, but that's why if you love it, that's why you love it. Trivia Carter, good morning. Donovan Peterson, good morning from Ohio, where winter does not want to leave. Heard it was snowing in the Midwest yesterday. That's why I got out, man. Not interested in that. It's going to be sunny and beautiful and 80 degrees today, and I'll take it here for sure. Andy Roberts, morning, Matt. Give me our 1 through 9 hitters over any pitchers. We've won every series. What else needs to be proven? It's a tournament and series in the postseason, not one and done. We're fine. All true. Weston Weaver, Tim Gotro, Reed Rule, Nick Newbill, good morning. Eric, with the Troutman trade and declining the 5th-year option on Ruiz, does that cement the 2020 draft of Ruiz, Bond, Troutman, Stevens is the worst in franchise history? No, Eric. I would say, so it's right there, but I would argue that the worst draft ever, I want to make sure, because I always get it mixed up if it was 14 or 15. Hang on. 14. Here you go. Brandon Cooks, Stanley Jean-Baptiste, Kyrie Fort, Vinny Cincinnati, Ronald Powell, Tavon Rooks. At least you got a couple of seasons out of Cooks. But I would argue the 14 and 15 drafts consecutively were both horrific. 15 was Andres Pete, Stephon Anthony, Haoli Kikaha, Garrett Grayson, P.J. Williams, Davis Tull, Tyler Davison, Damian Swan, Marcus Murphy. Now, it started off okay, but Pete was supposed to be a tackle, could never play tackle. He moved in the guard, and he's been, Stephon Anthony was terrible. Kikaha was terrible. Grayson didn't make the team. P.J. Williams has stuck around. Davis Tull, no. Tyler Davidson has stuck around the NFL, but you cut him, and he made his way elsewhere. Damian Swan made the team, but didn't stick around long. Marcus Murphy played as a returner as the rookie, and then was cut after that. But those 2 years back-to-back were horrific. Megan Hurst, good morning. Ryan Amanda Guidry. That's a show I can watch every time it plays. Oh, my cousin Vinny. Trey Potan, Brandon Hoyt, what's going on? Let's see, David Hawes. Will umpires in the NCAA tournament have the same similar strike zone as SEC? Understand the SEC umps are being evaluated. Are we seeing elevated ERAs and AC? Yes, you are seeing elevated ERAs everywhere. Like, yo, the balls are juiced, and they've given The Big 12, by the way, stinks, but let's look it up. Okay, let's see. Here you go. Big 12, conference only. West Virginia leads the conference with a 4.81 cumulative staff ERA. They are the only team in the Big 12 with a sub-5 staff ERA. Do you want to do the ACC? I haven't even looked at it. I guarantee you. I haven't even looked at it. Guarantee you it's the same thing. The only team that is performing is Wake. Let's see, conference only stats. Here we go. And here we go. Conference only. Wake Forest, Wake Forest, the number 2 team in America, in conference only games, has a 5.26 ERA. Y'all, there is nobody in college baseball that has a staff ERA sub 4. It just, maybe like Winthrop, some small school, I don't know, but like it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It's 8 o'clock. I gotta go. Brandon Hoyt, what's going on? Ever get Will Clark on the show? I had Will on the show. Love to have him back. That's a good idea. I gotta go. Reed Rule heading to Gulf Shores. Jonathan Martin. Oh man. Irfan Sayad, good morning. Thoughts on what DeLucci said about LSU not going far in the tournament without number 2 and 3 pitchers? I didn't hear what DeLucci said, so I want full context, but I completely disagree with it. If it's that cut and dried. Ronnie Duga, good luck with the CT scan today, man. Chris P, JB, what's going on? Barry Joslin, Rick Hess, appreciate y'all. All right, I got to get going. Thomas Lamont, Nathan Dunn has the runs record with 95. Cruz will break that. Nathan Dunn was so fun to watch. I love Nathan Dunn. He was a great player. Okay, I gotta go. All right, y'all have an awesome day. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button. Shout out to Brock, Hudco, need North Pizza, go to Brock Roof, call Hudco. Y'all, we're getting to that time. Weather was bad on Saturday that rolled through here. Do not go into storm season without getting your roof checked. It is a free, no obligation inspection. You don't even have to be home. Like literally, we'll send an inspector to your house where you're not even there. Get up on the roof, walk it, mark it, chalk it. If you got damage, we'll help you file a claim. If not, no worries, you're good to go, and that's great, great thing. So anyway, okay, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Y'all have an awesome day. LSU Daily's already live. Please go listen, subscribe up, and we'll see you today at 3. Peace.